Hello and welcome to another segment of Own It with Ovi. I'm your host as usual. Today's topic of discussion is secrets of branding, and our guest speaker is an entrepreneur, a graphic designer, and the creative director of Stick with Premium. I really like that name. All right, please welcome Jibs. It feels great having you on today's segment. Kindly tell us about yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. My name is Jibs, or my name is Idris rather, but most people know me as Jibs, and I'm a creative director, a graphic designer, and a product photographer. And I currently own Stickers Premium, so definitely I'm the president of the Premium Gang Association.
Yeah, yeah, right. So how long have you been running your business?
Sorry?
How long have you been running your business?
Okay, I've been running Sticker Premium. This year is going to make it the second year of running Sticker Premium. But I've been an entrepreneur and I've been in the design business for the past 11 years. So, but
Wow.
the real, yeah, yeah, so but the birth of Secret Premium actually came 2 years ago.
Okay. So did you start out with printing, branding, and packaging?
Okay, I started with designs, basically. Um, I would say, firstly, I wasn't really interested in the whole printing business because of, I would say, probably the method that is widely being used in Nigeria. I wasn't fitting my level as a creative director, right? So I was just into designs for a very long time until I started to study what the printing business was going to look like. I tried to do my research, do my prototype, and I was then, okay, yeah, I'm certain that I can now come into the printing business. So the printing part of my whole career is, I've just been in the printing part of it for like 3 years. And then within the first year, I was able to think about the whole sticker premium idea and everything. And then I came into the printing business fully in the second year.
Oh, that's really nice to hear. Who would you say were your premium audience? Sorry, your primary audience. I'm already used to premium now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Who would you say were your primary audience when you started out, with your graphic designing? And has that changed in time over the year? Have that changed as well?
Uh, yes, it has actually changed on the 100% because okay, now me coming live today, you bringing me on your show today, right? It's actually just like introducing me to the whole super premium gang page currently because the Jibs part of me, which is the graphic design
Yeah.
part, is a separate business entirely. And then the stick with premium is the second business. So both of them are not even really affiliates of each other, right? So no one knows that Jibs is actually the owner of Sticker Premium on the ground, right?
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so I was able to build my audience from scratch. So, my audience, my current audience now were built from scratch on Stick with Premium without them having any knowledge of
Idea of
Jibs.
this.
Yes, so I was able to just get my audience from Instagram and then I built them from there and we're here.
Oh, so definitely they must have changed over time because the graphic is different from your
Yes,
branding and packaging as well.
yes,
So that's nice.
100%.
That's
Thank
nice.
you.
That's nice. So, what are the most notable challenges you faced in growing your business as a brand?
I would say one
Mm.
of the challenges we've been able to face is one, having to deal with customers is one challenge, right? That's like the main challenge. Communications with customers is one big challenge that you have to face
Yeah,
when you're opening your business and all.
obviously.
Now,
Yeah.
it takes a very patient person to be able to handle customers, right? And I'll still say it, I keep on telling people, customers are like the key to the success of your business.
True.
So that part of customers being a very big challenge, if you are able to conquer that part of customers being a big challenge, then trust me, you do not have a problem in business. So one of the challenges
True.
I've really faced in my business is okay, I was able to conquer the whole customer part of it. And then another challenge is the fact of importation because the stocks and everything we use for our customers have to do with importation. And then, yeah, so, and then the issue of currency in Nigeria, the back and forth of it. So now I just give an example of, okay, I put out a price for the customers and we say, okay, this thing costs 2 naira. And then that's as of today. And then the dollar rate changes today, and then we import it at an increased rate. And then we come back tomorrow and say, you know, it's now 2.5 naira. Now the customers are not ready to reason with you that just within 24 hours and then there's a big change there. So having to manage the customer on that aspect is one very big challenge. But by the grace of God, yeah, we're able to like handle the customers and all on that part. So that's like one big challenge basically.
True. Customer relation is a very big challenge most organizations and business owners they face, because handling different people from different lifestyle and every other thing that want to patronize you, trying to manage them and be able to communicate the right words so that they also patronize you and also bring referrals and be a returning customer. I believe like that's really the most the most notable challenge any business.
Exactly.
Yeah. So in your own words, how would you describe the word branding?
Branding. That's all. This topic is actually a very sweet topic, like very interesting topic.
I know.
You see, branding, right? Now, I'll put it this way: in the African market, I'll say in the Nigerian market, most SMEs believe branding means logo and product name. That is what most businesses believe. Most SMEs just believe, oh, branding is logo and product name. But in my own view, now branding is very broad, right? The term branding has to deal with the outlook of your business. It means like the first impression that people see about your business. Now, but then aside from that aspect, now branding has this other aspect of branding is the look of your business, right? Branding is what the marketing aspect of your business, right? Branding is also like the communication part of your business to your customer. So now the whole branding thing, but well, I'll just simplify it by saying branding is like the first impression you give a customer before they come to interact with your business.
True. Because I believe like most people when they're also starting out, if you are like trying to give them advice on somebody managing their digital marketing and all that, letting them know how you need to do this branding and all that, they'll be don't worry, I'll get someone to do the logo and all that, thinking that's just all it's all about.
That's just where it begins basically.
Exactly. That's just the first step into entering into your branding process and strategies and all that. So I have a few questions from our viewers. So last week, our previous segment, we had this same discussion with another guest speaker. So I have like about 3 or 2 questions from the viewers. I hope you don't mind. All right, so let me start with this first one. So it says, does having no skills and idea on graphic design affect an entrepreneur's branding strategy?
Absolutely no. Now, you see this question, right? Let me put it this way. It's a very interesting question. Now, having no skills of design doesn't even affect your branding at all. Because I know a number of notable graphic design brands or printing press whereby the owner of that business doesn't have any idea of graphic design. And they currently run a successful printing press or a successful graphics industry in the country. Now, your skills does not matter. Why? Because that's why you have people like me, right? As a creative director or as a graphic designer. Now, since you do not have the skills, now the simple thing you have to do is just consult someone who is in the field, right? Now, that person is going to put you through whatever you are supposed to do. Right now, you do not have the knowledge, but the moment they are putting you through the branding process, right, or the design process, now that's when your own idea comes in. You start to mix in 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2. Oh, okay, let me see. Okay, you sent me a logo, and then it's purple and white. and I just think about it and I'm like, "Ah, no, but I sell tomato paste now. Why is my logo brown and white instead of red and
True.
green? Now
Mm.
you're already thinking in the design aspect already. So now
Mm.
your design aspect, you don't really need to have any basic knowledge of design, but the creative mind of you start coming on to when you start consulting with other creative guys.
I see. I
Yeah.
see that. Also, me personally, when I started off though, I would say that I had a professional designer, making my
Mhm.
logo, complimentary cards, get me how
Yes.
to do the Instagram advert, Facebook, create it,
Yes.
and the what they call it, the advert
The
account or
other the
something, the ad
flyers,
account
yes.
or
The other
something.
things,
Yeah,
yes.
but I think like I personally do my own graphics in a way, like the flyers and video edit. If that's the question the
Yeah.
viewer was actually asking, because I know like
Okay.
also the
Yes,
graphic
yes,
there was a graphic designer friend. He gave me,
okay.
he introduced me to some app like Canvas,
Canva,
CapCut,
yes.
and
Yes.
InShot. So since
Yes.
then it's been like me and these so many different apps trying to
Yes,
experiment with
you know, yeah,
whatever whatever I
one
can
thing
do.
about, yeah, sorry to cut you short. One thing
No,
about the whole Canva app and the whole editing app to your knowledge now. This now boils down to, do you have the time to go
yes,
about it?
exactly,
Do you
exactly,
understand now? So now, if you're trying to get the knowledge and you do not have the time, it's still a no knowledge. Do you
exactly.
understand? But then we actually advise, though it's not compulsory, but we always advise SMEs to at least know how to use the little app so that in cases where the designer is not available, I want to do something as simple as, oh, I want to watermark my
Yes,
image, I want to watermark
yeah.
my videos. Yes, you'll be able to do that with the little knowledge you have. But when it comes to full branding, you do not need to have the
No.
knowledge of design.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Yeah, so basically having no skills or rather a professional idea on graphic design, it shouldn't
Yes.
exactly affect an entrepreneur's branding
Yes.
strategy. As well as the
Yes.
saying goes, where there is a will, there's always a way.
Is the way, definitely.
So that brings us to the next question. It says, how important is collaboration in branding, especially when the person wants to run an isolated test run? What would you advise?
Okay. Now, when it comes to the collaboration part of branding, mm, I see in Nigeria, I see a lot of brands, a lot of SMEs
Yeah.
doing collaboration. Now, when it comes to collaboration, right, it plays a very big role in your business, in your branding, rather.
Okay.
It plays a very big role. Now, when I started my introduction and when we're talking about branding itself, I said
Yeah.
branding extends more than just logo and business name. It extends to
True.
the marketing parts of your
True.
business. Now, that is where the collaboration in branding comes in. Now, collaboration in branding is very, very important in your business because now, when I'm trying, let's assume now I'm trying to collaborate with Onit with Ovi, right? Now we are
Yeah.
into the design business, and then Onit with Ovi is into like what the real estate business, right? Now we are trying to come and collaborate with Ovi. Now that is giving us that room and that space to advertise to two customers at the same time.
True.
Now, we're not just going to focus on our own customers, but the moment we're collaborating with Onis with OV, right, we're already having the broad customer space to advertise to two sets of customers. So collaboration is very, very, very important. But there's now there's not like a loophole or let's say backside of collaboration. When you are trying to collaborate with a business, you should know the kind of business you are collaborating with. Now, that business is supposed to be relatable to your business,
True. True.
right? Now, you are selling tomato, right? You're
Yeah.
selling tomato. You should not collaborate with someone who sells footwear.
There's no
Do you understand?
relationship there.
There's no relationship. Now, you sell wares, right? And I sell shoes. Now, we can collaborate because when we are both collaborating, we have the same niche of customers.
Yes.
So now we can work hand in hand. I'm advertising based on your platform with the collaboration, right? Now your customers are in the fashion niche, so my customers are also in the fashion niche.
Yeah.
Now we can work hand in hand. Not that you now go off to you collaborate with someone that does tomato, and then You understand? Then
Yeah.
another important skill of another important aspect of collaboration is that now if I'm trying to collaborate with a very big brand, maybe a known brand like Coca-Cola now, for example,
Yeah.
right? Now, the moment Coca-Cola accepts to collaborate with me, my business, the customers from Coca-Cola that want to patronize Stick with Premium will definitely want to come in because Coca-Cola is a notable brand based on trust. Now, the moment Coca-Cola collaborates with my business, it gives the customers of Coca-Cola an heads up that, oh, we can trust this business. You
Yes.
understand? That's why
Yeah.
collaboration is very important. So you have to choose your collaborating partner wisely. So you do not go and fall for, oh, a brand that is already having like a setback with too much customer complaints, too much not delivering of orders, and then you collaborate with them. Now, the customers that you guys are both collaborating with, once they see your collaborator is having a bad side, they automatically believe that birds of the same feathers flock together.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's important, but you just have to be careful in collaborating.
Yes. Also, I saw like a video online on, I think I've forgotten the person's name exactly. So on the video it states this. Let me just quote it out. So he said, never work alone. You'll be less stressed out, more effective, and able to deliver higher quality projects to your clients if you collaborate with other hardworking and talented creatives, as long as you remember to pay them. So I feel like that to pay them aspect though is another topic of discussion in the whole collaboration. Yes.
It's actually another topic of discussion, but it's so as long, the word so as long you pay them is it works. So let me put it like this. So as long you pay them now, that's why I say pick a right collaborator, right? Collaboration is different from paying for my service. Collaboration is different from commission. So if you are to collaborate with a brand that you both have benefits. Now, when you are trying to collaborate with me, and I see that my niche is not same as your niche, right? I'm definitely going to request for money as a collaborator. So it means like I'm trying to help you because you are not giving me anything in return. You understand? So that's why the creative part of just make sure you pay your comes into the
Exactly. I also thought the same when I saw it because I was like, I thought collaboration should be all about both parties having to benefit from it. Like as well, I used to be a model, so I used to have collaborative messages from different photographers then. So obviously I wasn't asking them for money and they weren't asking me for money. We bring out our ideas, take pictures, and then we both have pictures to post for our page and our profile as well. All right, so here is the, I think, final question from our viewer. So it says, how effective and important is negotiation skills to branding?
Now, negotiation skills now, this takes us back to the initial explanation of my branding. Branding is not just, like I said, the whole outlook again.
Exactly.
It has to do with how you relate to your customers. Now, the negotiating part, when you ask this question, people are going to take this negotiating question as probably, how do you negotiate with your graphic designer how much your logo is? No. That is not what negotiating in branding is. No, negotiating in branding now truly means how you, as a brand that has been created, right, can really communicate with your end user, which is your customer. Now, the negotiation part is very, very important because if you come to contract us for a job now, and I see, okay, you're a very, very potential customer. Now, we both have to negotiate. If I give you a deal of let's say 1 million naira, and then you are saying, oh, okay, I only have 600,000 naira to pay for the 1 million naira. Now, we both have to sit and negotiate. Now, we are not negotiating because of the current cost of that service. We are trying to negotiate for a future relationship.
For a
future relationship. So negotiating skills is very, very, very important because that's what's going to keep you and your customer for a very long time. So when you have your negotiating skills, you should be okay. Negotiating skills now can also come into the part of marketing. Like let's say let's assume secret premium is not having sales for a week, right? Now, as a negotiator of my business, I'll
Yeah.
probably send out newsletters to different brands. Now we're going
Yeah.
to negotiate this. Now the negotiating part is, how about you order for 100, right? I will give you 50 for free.
True.
That
True.
is a negotiation. Yes, how about you order for 100, we give you 50 for free? How about you charge you 30,000 for 100 stickers, but we're going to give you 120?
For
You understand?
free.
So that's where the whole negotiating thing comes. So it's very, very, very important. Negotiating is still the same thing as customer satisfaction. It's still the same way
Yeah.
you relate to your customer to be able to achieve the goals of your
True.
customer, to be able to just keep them for a very long time in business. Yeah.
True. True. Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure the viewers will be able to relate to this video and get answers
Yeah.
as well. So with all we've been saying, I would like to ask, in your own idea, will you think branding is like a factor to consider for someone that wants to start business, like want to be a new business owner or something like that?
Yes. 100% is a very big factor to consider. When there's no branding, there's no business. When there's no
True.
branding, you can't communicate.
True.
Branding, if there's no branding, what do I want to see? If there's no branding,
Nothing.
how do I get to know what you are doing?
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's a very big factor to consider for a new business, because branding is essentially what I see as a customer, right?
Yeah.
Before I start to think about the product or services you want to render to me. So now, when there is no branding, there's nothing for you. It's very essential because it's also in the broad way: the communication part, the negotiating part, the design part, the publicity part of everything. So if you don't know your branding, when you're running a business and you want to run an ad, how do you go about it? Running an Instagram ad alone is a niche. It's like an aspect
Yes.
of branding on its own.
Yeah.
You understand? So you get to contract me, you make your designs, right? Now, how do you promote it? You can't promote it, right? Because you do not
Yeah.
have the knowledge of that. Now, the moment you
Yeah.
have the knowledge of promoting it, that's an aspect of branding. So if you do not have a knowledge of branding, then you should not begin a business. Like,
Business.
it's very important. I can't just come outside and say, I'm starting a business today. I want to sell glasses, for example. No name, no look, no publicity, no customer.
Just start
I
posting.
just come on Instagram and I start posting randomly. Or I just go to the streets and then I'm like,
Yeah.
now let me give you an example. Now that's the very big difference between the people in traffic, right?
Yeah.
And the people who branded their business.
Yeah.
For example, you
True.
sell glasses. Fine. I know that there's limitation to everybody. So
Yeah.
everybody's fingers are not equal, and then everybody cannot really just do the whole branding thing at once. Now, there are a lot of brands that are going to sell you inferior products, same
True.
as the ones sold in traffic. The guys will sell you the glasses in traffic for like 500 naira. But because I've invested in my branding, I'm going to sell that for you for 15,000 naira, and you're going to buy it. If I bring both of the products side by side to you and show you, because mine have the packaging, you're going to buy mine. You're not
True.
going to buy that because I've given you a long lasting impression through branding
True.
that this is what I'm going to offer. You understand? Now, another thing is, if branding is not important, right? Like branding is important in another aspect, because now branding is going to be the first thing I have to see before I even try to contact you.
True.
Let me use my business as an example. The kind of branding we did that really helped my business is very simple. Because I'm a product photographer, right? I know how to take pictures of products, and then I know how to organize my Instagram page, right? Now, that little sense of branding, how to make your page clean, is actually the first thing that attracts my customers before they even get to say, hello, how much is this? So if you are not considering branding, no, you can as well just start selling your product. But definitely, you would not reach the high ranking customers or the expectations of
Yes.
the customers
Yes.
that you want to get to.
True.
Yes.
True.
So
True.
it's very,
True.
very, very important in your business.
Very important factor. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask, aside from the graphics and stick with premium, do you have any other business you're running?
Hmm. I would say currently, I fully invested my soul into the sticker business. Yeah, so okay, well, I have one or two things I do, but I don't think it's something for the internet. It's personal,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
it's
Because
just something
from
I
your
do.
personal page, I saw another
Yeah.
business brand. That's why I'm asking though.
Okay. Yes. Okay, let me just put that in. I think you're beginning to leak a little bit of my secret already. Because now, okay, I actually own a logistics company called Safe Rider NG.
Mm.
Now, I am the owner of Safe Rider NG, but what I did for all of my businesses are that I tried to make each business stand alone. It was like a challenge for me. I didn't want to affiliate any customer with the next brand. I know it was going to be a favor for me, but because I'm also a brand advisor, right?
Yes.
I wanted to challenge myself and see how
So
I could build a brand on its own,
on its
right?
own,
On
I
its own
say.
from scratch. Yes. So aside from the printing and graphic business, I own Safe Rider NG Logistics Company. And that's
I
why my
got your secret.
customers do not have, yeah, and that's why my customers do not have issues with logistics at all. That's why,
Logistics. Oh,
yes, we deliver on time. They know us. They call us the king of express. The
oh,
king
are you
of, yes,
serious?
because we do not have a limitation to the whole logistics thing. So when you even call us on a day that is not a working day and we bring in our negotiating skills to you and you buy it, definitely you get your order. So what time we are? Say yes, that's another part of my business. The
True,
Safe
true.
Rider engine. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. So I wanted to, let's round up so that I can also go back to your other activities for the day.
All right.
The boss and the
So
king of express. So I need
the
to
king
attend
of
to your
express,
other guests.
yes.
All right. So I wanted to
Yeah.
ask, with your years of experience as a creative designer, and
Yeah.
for different business owners, what would you be kind enough to give us like some tips or advice or the secrets as to how you've been able to create a substantial business brand for yourself?
Okay. The first and only secret is consistency. Now, how I've been able to build myself from scratch and everything is called consistency.
True.
I can take myself back to 11 years ago in the years of BlackBerry Messenger, where I
Yes.
used to make designs for people for 500 naira airtime. That's how
Oh,
crazy it was. So, but I was consistent, right? You know, the young fellas like us that nowadays, we just want to do everything sharp, sharp, throw money here, throw money there, throw money there.
yeah.
But even if you have the money to run that business and you're not consistent, that business is definitely going to run down 100%. So I'll just say the advice I have for anyone coming into business today or trying to run a business, just make sure that you're consistent.
Consistent.
When you're consistent, right, it has a lot to do. When you're consistent, you have a page, you always post on your page. You have customers, you always interact. You have adverts to do, you always do your adverts. Then another thing is leaving your space, leaving your box, right? And seeking more knowledge. Now, one reason why Sticky Premium is standing out today from other print brands is
Yeah.
because we're bringing in this international level to the table
True.
of customers. Right? Now, what were we able to do? Now, let me just really take a little bit of your time. When it came to the whole sticker business, the whole Nigerian market, there's what we call, well, I'll put it, there's like a generic kind of quality that is being produced in the
Yes.
Nigerian market for sticker. Now, I've been a sucker for that quality right from the beginning of my career.
Yeah.
So that's why I never liked printing. Now, I opened up myself, got a lot of knowledge about what I wanted to do. Now, when I was able to get the knowledge, I thought it was expensive, it was an expensive knowledge, right? The international quality I wanted to bring into Nigeria, then we already had people that were making it. Now, but these are the likes of people that produce stickers for Fort Oil, they produce stickers for the likes of
Okay.
Domino's. Yes. Now we produce, and those people who own those companies are like the Indian guys in Nigeria. They're not even the Nigerian guys. So
Yeah,
now
they're not.
it was now a challenge for small scale businesses to be able to patronize them because Let's assume I'm trying to open a skincare product as a small business and I have 13 products of skincare, right? Now, when you go to companies like that, they are only going to produce you about 30,000 of each product.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then when you're calculating 30,000 labels of each product, you're already having all of your budget on
Gone.
stickers alone. So
Yes.
what we were able to do on our end was get the knowledge, see how we can bring in that same quality for a lesser quantity as low as 50 to 100, so that the SMEs we have today can also drag hand in hand with the good brand outlook with the likes of the big brands. So now that is where the knowledge came in. So we do the international standard, but in the very low quantity that
Yeah.
SMEs can patronize. So if we do not have the constant knowledge, training ourselves, getting those knowledge, going around, seeking ideas would definitely not be where we are today. So now that's consistency, knowledge,
Knowledge.
yes, consistency and knowledge. So once
Knowledge.
you are there. And then when you start making money at the end of the day, it's not like you start making millions of naira and then you
Yeah.
start sleeping. No.
No.
The same way The same way, when I run my production room, you know me, I do not sit and then look at every production because why? I have to understand what quality you guys are sending out because it's going to cost the business a lot.
Yeah.
You understand? So fine, we get to a level where you're going to give everything to everybody, definitely, right? But even the like that's why they said don't go to see the fine money. He has
True.
the money, but he's not sleeping.
Yeah.
It's still there, it's still active, it's still trying to get more knowledge, still trying to get more resources so that
Yeah.
that business can still keep on going. So for the young ones out there, one thing is just be consistent, increase your
Get
knowledge,
more
don't be
knowledge.
lazy. You know, this is our Gen Z generation now. I just have to enjoy our same time. So
Yeah.
that's just that. So when you have all of that, you do not have any issues. Trust me, your business is going to go far, far more than what you have expected because we never expected Secret Premium to get the kind of reach of customers it's
True.
getting within the span of 1.5 years. Exactly.
True. True, and I've gone through your
Yes.
page and I really see the difference in your branding. It's really different from other branding pages that I've also come across as well.
Thank
So
you so
just for,
much.
people that might not be really aware, you mentioned a word, SMA. Would you be kind enough to elaborate
Okay.
that?
So SME basically means small scale enterprise. So those are small businesses, those are startup
Yes.
businesses. Those are businesses that are not in the same level as Coca-Cola yet. I'm just
Yeah.
coming into the business today. I do not even have a logo. I'm a small scale already. Understand?
Yes.
And then one thing about my business is people would have noticed we really do not post jobs of bigger brands. Now, that's part of our branding knowledge and our branding skills on this side. We are much more focused on SMEs. We are ready to
Oh,
understand SMEs. We want to bring in small scale business to us. We
yes.
want them to understand that you guys are loved even when there's no funds. You understand? We want to
Yes.
let you know that you are loved. Yeah. So we focus mainly on small scale business. So at this point is that we can still even call ourselves small scale business because we are still part of the small scale, but we love them. So we are still small scale business.
True, true.
Yeah, so that's what
Thank
it
you
is.
so much for sharing your insight. It's been a pleasure having you
Yeah.
on this segment. Thank you for
The pleasure
sharing
is
for
mine.
your insights on this conversation for today because I really gained a lot of knowledge as well. That's more reason why I'm having all this conversation. So do you have any
Yeah.
last word or advice you want to share with our viewers?
Mm. Basically, just be consistent. Do what you know how to do best. Come into the business. Just have this belief. Have
Yeah.
whatever you believe in, whatever you have your trust in, whatever you
Yeah.
believe in it. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, because I'm not the aspire to aspire kind of person. No, I'm not in that category. But all I can just tell you is when you have your mind to it, you're definitely going to do it.
True.
When you say put your mind to it, oh yeah, I want to do this,
Yeah.
trust me, you are definitely going to achieve this thing. Yeah, so that's
True.
just one thing I just want to tell like the viewers and everybody. Just put your mind, free your mind. Don't believe that you cannot make it. You definitely make it.
True.
Very simple like
True.
that. Then when you come into the business also, just keep being that same humble person
Same.
you were when you
Yes.
had your first customer.
Yeah.
Keep that same 100 person when you have your 100 customer.
Yeah.
When you're another thing is, I'll just tell you one thing. When you're trying to think about your business or coming to the business, try to get a professional to help you.
True.
Now, if you look at my business, name, Stick with Premium. Number one is Stick with Premium.
Yeah.
It is sticker that has premium quality.
True.
Now, the second part it is you are staying with premium. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So now, those are the things that you have to think about. Just make sure that everything is going hand in hand.
Yeah.
So that's basically. So with me, love to all of you as the president of the Association of Premium Gang Members.
Yeah, so I'm automatically a member.
Yes, everyone is free to join the Premium Gang membership. So that the membership is free. Everybody is free to come in.
Alright, so that will be all for today. It was really nice having this conversation and this section with you. I really appreciate you joining and thank you for owning your story with us. So thank you and do enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, and you too. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye. Alright, so thank you all for joining today's section and thank you all for your comments and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the link on my bio. There you can also watch previous segments. Do it to like, drop a comment and share to your friends and loved ones. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm signing out from today's section, but I'll see you next week. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Own it. Girl, you just own it.